Hey guys, it's me, Chelsea. I'm here with another video. First, I just want to apologize. I know if you have been watching my videos, the quality has not been the best, and I apologize. But this is going to be a rant, and this video is not really about quality anyway. It's just about me going ahead and getting my feelings out on the subject. Alright, let's just go ahead and jump right into this. This is going to be a video, on the issue, on Kurtcedes versus Hummelberry. I'm going to go ahead and tell you I am 100% a Hummelberry. I'm sorry. Oops. I was about to say Hummelberry. I am 100% a Kurtcedes fan. And I love their friendship that they had and what they were about and how close they were with each other. Okay, the reason I felt the need to do this video is because, first of all, I just feel that Mercedes gets dogged a lot anyway. Just because I don't know, a lot of people just say that a lot of Mercedes fans just, be BSing, and we just be saying stuff because they want it, because just like the character that they need to get attention, we want to get attention. But that is not true. And the reason why I say that she's been dogged is because I just feel like whenever Mercedes gets a green line, it always then gets put on the back line. Like, it takes a back seat to the other characters. And Amber Riley is one of the most talented persons on this show. One of the most talented cast members on this show. So much of her talent has been wasted by staying on Glee. And it's not that I don't love the show. I still love to rant about it. I still like to leak out. There's a lot of other talented cast members and characters that I do enjoy as well. But it just seems like Mercedes can never really get a good storyline. It seems like she's not able to have friends, and she couldn't even have parents. This is a problem with a lot of cast members on the show, but I don't want to make this fully about that. I was just pointing out some things that bugged me. In the graduation episode, it could have been so easy for them to find some extras and give her some parents just to watch her graduate, and that was unacceptable. They couldn't do that. But again, like I said, I don't want to make this video about anything else. This is about Kurtcedes / Hummelberry. The reason why I am 100% on Kurtcedes' team is because I guess I don't understand Hummelberry. It seems like it kind of came out of nowhere. We all know that during season 1, they didn't even like each other. I know that Kirk did not even like Rachel. And yes, people can grow up and they can change. Their opinions about people can change. But everything seemed like it was just thrown together. It was so fast. And it really gave no background on why they're friends, or, what happened. The way that they're making it seem on the show like they've been best friends like forever. And, it's just not true. I watch a lot of the parodies on YouTube, and especially SIMGM. I'll link it down below if you guys haven't seen it. And they are just on the money. All of the continuality problems, everything, they just nailed it. And if you guys have not seen these parodies, then you definitely need to, because they're hilarious. And they definitely talked about the Mercedes issue, and it's bad that everybody else is seeing it, but it seems like the writers don't see it. But okay, on to actual points on why I don't like the friendship. One of the main reasons that I cannot support this friendship is because they're making it seem like Kurt is basically an accessory for Rachel. It was clear that during season 3, when they were making Hummelberry the ultimate friendship, that Kirk was just someone that Rachel could use. It was like one of her handbags, or just an accessory, just another reason to give Rachel more screen time. She even said it herself, that he was her best gay. Best gay, not best friend. When her and Mercedes never wanted him for anything. She didn't need him to help her launch. I mean, they did like to shop a lot, but it wasn't at first so she could college or to do this or that for her. She just liked him as her friend. Ever since they've been in New York, it seems like he's been doing things for Rachel and for her. And don't get me wrong, that's what a friend's supposed to do. They're supposed to be there for each other. But it seems like it's always he's always putting Rachel needs, like the writers are always doing Rachel before him. It doesn't make sense to me how Rachel can do something and it can be okay. Or they'll dwell on it for a little bit, and then it'll be over. It's not brought up anymore. And then Mercedes can make a mistake, and it's constantly what she's known for. A lot of people like to throw in that Mercedes doesn't work hard as Rachel does, that she's lazy. They try to call her a bitch. All these ridiculous things are that all she can think about was herself. I remember when they were doing the Dreamstone thing, and that was the big issue, that all Mercedes could do was think about herself. How many times has Rachel put herself before the new directions? How many times has Rachel been all about her? A lot of times. And I'm not saying that just to rag on her, because none of them are really perfect. I mean, a lot of them are perfect probably in our eyes, but all of them make mistakes. But why is it okay for Rachel to do that? Or for Rachel to do that? Or to make a mistake, and then it's just instantly forgot about? Was Rachel not thinking about herself when she sent Sunshine to that crack house? Sunshine would have been a great addition to the New Directions. She had a beautiful voice, just amazing, and she actually gave Rachel a little bit of competition. Remember, she was jealous when she heard her singing in the bathroom, and she kind of had to dwell with her. They were mad when they found out she did it. I remember they were pissed, but it quickly got forgotten about. But with Mercedes, it's not the same. That's what she's always known for. One of the things that I do not like is this season 4 that's currently going on right now, they are making it seem like it's 100% okay for Rachel to be all over Kurt. And one of the scenes, I was for sure that she was just going to just go ahead and climb up in her lap, climb up in Kurt's lap, and just start making out. And if that were to happen, it would be completely okay. And they say, oh, she's just doing what a normal friend does. This is okay, just because it's her just doing this. I recently ranted about this, and I made several other Kurtcedes stands on Tumblr, and I got a lot of people to agree with me and like my post because they understood it. And it's not even just me hating on Rachel. To me, it's just ended up being bad writing. We never got a good closure or a reason for why Mercedes was dropped and Rachel was picked up. For me, the way I see it is they needed a way to make, to give Rachel a new bestie. And while he's available, it's not like because remember, it's not like he has another best friend, because remember, Mercedes is kind of like a fragment of her imagination. She's there, but she's not really there because she doesn't get storylines or lines. And it doesn't matter. She can be dropped easily. Okay. All of a sudden in season 3, Kirk became obsessed with Broadway. And that's all her and Rachel wanted to do. That's what they bonded over the most. Now, if he was always in love with Broadway, and I'm not saying he never liked it, because he did like it, he loved musicals and stuff, but it was never his main priority. If that's true, then why in season 1 did you guys make it such a focus for him to be into fashion? The first thing you ever commented about Mercedes was her outfit. A lot of people like to use the excuse that they were just doing what I've heard, they were just giving him the typical gay thing, because everyone gay has to be into fashion. That's a stereotype, but it's not true. Kurt just really loved fashion. Everyone knew that was his thing. That's why him and Mercedes got along so well. They were both into fashion. And then all of a sudden, season 3 comes, and everything he wants to do has to involve Broadway. This was obviously a cop-out. They had to figure out a way for him and Rachel to bond over something. So automatically, he's 100% into Broadway. He wants to go to NYADA. And we're just supposed to pretend like fashion was never a big deal. That's why I was so happy when he got the internship at Vogue, because he was doing what he wanted to do. He said himself this could be a career for himself. I'm happy. A lot of people are iffy about them being happy whether he got into NYADA. And I am happy that he got in, because he worked so hard for it. And honestly, I think the first time he should have got in. People might have said that was too soon, but he had an incredible audition. I'm not saying that due to favoritism or anything like that. He just did. Rachel choked. I'm sorry, she choked. And yes, a lot of people say, well, you're going to continue. Well, that's why she continued to try. She didn't give up. But in real life, sometimes you do get second chances, but a lot of time in real life you don't. Especially um, when you have a scout and they're only there for that one time, and they are always busy with these other people who are auditioning and they're doing this and that. They don't have time to have you to re-audition. To me, it was a little bit unrealistic that she got so many second chances and that she got to do this and she got in and then she won the winner's showcase. I'm not denying Rachel's talent. I recently got into a glitch fight because of this one. Oh my god, if you say one negative thing about Rachel, she has her Leah's gonna come in and then they start talking about, well, Leah's been on Broadway since this little. What does that have to do with the character? Nothing. I don't care what people say. Rachel gets a lot of stuff easy. Yes, she works hard from she gets, but when I say she gets a lot of stuff easy, it's not she always gets second chances. She can make stuff about her and get away with it. And she can do this and that, and she can still have a clean name. Other people do something and stuff. Also, when this breakup was going on, obviously, when to go home, he was saying that he missed his dad, and he was like, and she was saying, well, I miss my dad too, but come on, we can stay home, we're gonna have our own little Thanksgiving. Well, Rachel, you had your own little Thanksgiving, because you were basically grabbing Brody's ass all night. No, she wasn't really grabbing her, but she was just like, oh, and making kissy faces, and she was basically having eye sex with Brody the whole night, making it very awkward for Kurt, when they were supposed to be having their own Thanksgiving, just them two, when Kurt could have went home. Maybe it would have been hard for him to see Blaine at that time before they had made up, but he still might want to see his dad. He might want to see Carol. We never see Carol anymore. He's not. It's like he's captured there in New York. He's not allowed to go home. He may want to see Finn. There's so many things that he may want to go and do, but no, Rachel convinced him to stay there. And for what? It's really bad that Isabel was there for him after he had that phone call with Blaine, and she was there to hug him and she was there to comfort him when his best friend should have been doing that. I love the relationship that he has with Isabel. She's really sweet. She encourages Kurt to do that. She encourages him to be his best, and it's okay, and that it's okay to forgive. Where was Rachel when this was all going on? I know I'm gonna probably get a lot of bad comments from this. People are gonna try to defend her and say that and come up with different things to say that will defend her in this situation. But to me, it's just completely unacceptable. Kurt is always there for her. Okay, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear anything about the future episode, turn the video off. But, okay, that was enough time. If you don't know, there's a rumor that basically Kurt is going to be calling Mercedes. Oops, sorry. See, my mind is still on Kurtcedes. I can't get it out of my mind. But anyway, Kurt is going to be calling Santana and Quinn to come try to talk some sense into Rachel so she won't do this topless scene that she's supposed to be doing in the forthcoming episode. Kurt is nothing but a good friend, even when Rachel is not always there for him. Maybe sometimes, but not always. He still is there to support her and help her. He knows doing this topless scene is no good. He wants to be there for her. And he's calling two friends who are going to talk some sense into her. But after Kurt went through something so emotional, she could not be there to them, but his boss could. When he didn't get in Tenayana, you could see it in his face that he was just terribly hurt. Before Rachel opened her link, she could have went over there, gave him a hug, anything, just to say, I'm sorry, I love you. You're so talented. I know that you're going to get it. You just have to keep trying again. Just anything to show that she was comforting him. But we didn't see any. Another thing that pisses me off is people want to portray this friendship as one of the greatest friendships ever, and that she never does anything wrong. But it was so okay. Okay, two things that piss me off. First of all, when she ran against him in the election, she said that she thought that Mercedes was going to outshine her in the show if she had won, even though she didn't end up getting the show anyway, so that totally running against Kurt was stupid. Why would she do that when she knows that this was supposed to go on his NIADA application? It was really the only thing that he kind of had left to put on his application. And she says, well, I'm just going to run against you. Did she stop to think of Kirk's feelings? No. A lot of people like to say, well, she stuffed the ballot. And like, I just wanted him to win so bad. Oh, whatever. And then he got in trouble for it. Did you really not think that he was going to get in trouble when you stuffing the ballot? Another thing that pisses me off, like I said, Rachel can be all on him and all that stuff, is when she kissed Blaine, and yeah, I know they were drunk, but whatever. After she kissed Blaine, she knew, first of all, Blaine was the first guy that Kirk was really into. After the whole crazy thing with Finn, and having his heart broken, and not being able to have anybody to walk with and talk with, this is the first guy that he really was into. When this went down, the words that came directly out of Rachel's mouth were, "That sucks for you, buddy. I might need to get a new boyfriend out of this." And a lot of people were pissy at it, but they let it go. Like it was nothing, that it hadn't been seen. But oh, Homer is so raped. Who says that to their friend? I'm sure we've all went to the point where we may have liked or been attracted to the same person who our friend was. But a crush this important, really, Rachel? Is that going to come out of your mouth? Pissed me off because she was able to get away with it. And it was just done. I'm not saying that she's never there for him. You know what? Sometimes she is. But those two moments right there are something that I just cannot get over. Why is that acceptable? How is she okay to say that? But she's such a great friend. Okay, another thing that pisses me off. Okay, a lot of people like to say that Mercedes forced her religion on Kirk. Now, if that's true, then obviously I and a lot of the rest of the Glee fan was watching a completely different episode. Mercedes never forced her religion on Kurt. In fact, you cannot force anything on anyone unless you put a gun to their head and you push them. No. All she said was that she wanted him to believe in something. And I don't think that there's nothing wrong with that. She has a faith in God. She knows that Kirk doesn't believe in God. But she said you have to believe in something. Something that he can hold on to. Something that he can have faith in. When he went to the hospital to visit his dad, he said, "I don't believe in God, but I believe in you. I believe in you and me." The fact that he was able to believe in his dad and believe in the strong relationship that they had was enough. He finally understood what Mercedes was trying to say. A lot of people said that she should have sat by him, that it was unacceptable that she had to get up in a song and she had to keep preaching. No. She was singing to him, just like when she sung "I Look to You." That was the most adorable moment ever. Because she loves him and she wants him to be happy. That's what a best friend does. You console them and you let them know that you're here for them. So what if they don't have the same beliefs? But she always supports them. I don't have to understand it. I don't have to get or agree with everything that you do. But I'm always going to support you. I'm always going to be there for you. A lot of people like to say that she went against his wishes by praying for him when he didn't want to. Well, didn't everyone else pray too now? Why is that always brought up? Are people forgetting that Rachel sung "Papa, Can You Hear Me"? Everyone prayed for her, so didn't they all go kind of against his wishes? She did not try to force him to believe in God. She did not force her religion on him. Stop using that as an excuse. Another issue that I'm sorry, I keep going another one, because there's just so many double standards that it's just completely unfair. And I know this video is probably getting really long, but I really want to talk about this one too. It's just really quick. I thought the way that they handled Blaine coming in as Kirk's boyfriend, and at the time Mercedes being his best friend, was just really, they just handled it very bad. And again, it was badly written. I've read several fan fictions where they're able to get it right and write this whole introduction to Blaine completely different and make it work so well. When a fan fiction can do that better than the show, then that's really a shame. It just is. It doesn't make any sense. A lot of people said that Mercedes was not happy for Kurt. That's BS. Of course she was happy for him. She loves him. He wants